So you know that saying, which really adds insult to injury, but that saying, when it rains, it pours? Yeah. First of all, it's not raining. Secondly, well, here's what happened. Story time. I was washing clothes and I put the clothes from the washer into the dryer. Last night, I moved the clothes from the dryer out so that I could move the other clothes from the washer back into the dryer. But the clothes in the dryer were like damp, and I was like, shoot, forgot to start the dryer, got sidetracked. So I put them back in and I started them again. And this morning I went to go get the sheets out of the dryer and they were still damp. And I was like, what is happening? Started them again, still damp. Yeah, so I'm not crazy, but the dryer heating element went out. So we have to order a new heating element for the dryer, but in the meantime, I get to build a clothesline. But before I can hang up my clothes on the clothesline, I need to go buy lots of clothespins because I don't have enough. So I'm gonna go to the dollar store and see if they have clothespins, come home, and build a clothesline somewhere. In the heat, so I can wash clothes. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go. Okay. Oh my goodness. And when I mean, like, when it rains, it pours, I mean, like, when everything starts to break at the same time. For example, our push lawnmower is broken. Not that we really need it right now, but we kind of do. I shattered my phone. I'm using a very, very old phone right now because I accidentally shattered the screen on my old phone to where it's completely black. Can't see anything. Funny story about that. The other day, the phone, I guess, is still operational, but you can't see anything. Like, there's no screen to touch. And my alarms, I have like 7 of them. They all were going off. And I couldn't turn my phone off because in order to turn my phone off, you have to be able to see the screen. You can't just hold down a button like you used to, because when you hold that button down, it's like, do you want to restart it? Do you want to power it down? Do you want to put it in like sleep mode? All these other, yeah. Couldn't turn it off. Had to shove it in one of my drawers to muffle the sound because I was like, this is a rare form of torture. So my phone broke, so I'm using an ancient phone, and our generator in the RV, it's broken. So that, we got the bill on that. That's going to be, yeah, and now our water well recently went out. That's back up and running, thank goodness. But our dryer just went out. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, I got a nail in my tire the other day. It's just that season of life where it's like, when it rains, it pours. But you really need it to rain. I'm gonna get through it. I'm just venting. I'm just, complaining about my problems. But anyway, you're gonna come along with me to make a clothesline because my dryer broke. Oh, I bet Buddy's gonna cut this out. I don't know, he might not. Fun story. We have already replaced the heating element in this dryer once before. And by we, I mean Buddy. Sweet, sweet Buddy. Because I was ready to buy a new washer and dryer because I've had this washer and dryer for a long time. Long time. And it's time. So Buddy, our heating element went out not even probably a year ago in this dryer. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna buy a new dryer. No. Buddy's like, I can fix it. I'll order a new heating element. I was like, you're right, let's just save some money. Like, a $75 part is much better than how much a new dryer costs. So, we order the part. Buddy takes apart the dryer. And bless his heart, he gets it all back up and running, and it's good. It works. So he's, you know, whatever. We're washing some clothes. But then shortly after, I had someone over at the house. I can't remember who now. But they were leaving, and I was like, what is that smell? And didn't know what it was. They smelled it too. Turns out the dryer was catching on fire. But after Buddy like took apart the dryer to put the new heating element in there, I noticed that there was a few screws that didn't make it back in to the dryer. And I asked him about those. And I said, honey, there's some screws that you left out. And he's like, oh, those were just extra. Those were just extra. And I was like, okay. Thank goodness I saved them, because they looked pretty important. They looked like special. Not your average screw. So I saved them, put them in the junk drawer. And then you know the story. There's some smoke. The house started to fill up with smoke. Realized real quick it was coming from the laundry room. But thank goodness for modern technology and code, because it flipped the breaker. Like, the breaker actually flipped. Whatever was happening, it sensed something and it flipped the breaker and it turned the dryer off. Like, it shut down the dryer. So those screws, those couple screws that he left out, were actually holding the bottom lint catcher completely flush with the bottom of the dryer. So the bottom of the dryer lint was actually, the lint was slipping down underneath and not being caught in the lint catcher, and the heat of the dryer was catching that lint on fire. Yeah, could have been really bad. But when we took the dryer out to work on it, I cleaned out that whole lint line, like the exhaust pipe, because it does collect lint in there. So I cleaned that all out. So that was all good to go. And so that could, if I hadn't have done that, I don't know if a bigger fire would have started. But anyway, lesson learned, that some of those screws are more important than we think they are. So he put it back all together, put it together with all the screws back in, and we have not had a problem until now. It's the heating element went out again. So I am a little skeptical of replacing this heating element, but I think we're fine. We're fine. I'm gonna go inside the store and look for some clothespins. The store didn't have any clothespins, they were all out. Gonna try a different store. What is going on? See that? Why? So they didn't have the clothespins, and it's just, I might just throw everything out on the trampoline. That thing cooked eggs the other day, so it might dry my clothes too. I did find this payday. I don't even care. I'm gonna eat it. I don't care. It's been one of those days. My dryer broke. Found a payday. I'm gonna eat it. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. You're not what?
I'm not because my doors came home still.
Oh, thank you. Okay, well, be careful. Oh, thank you so much, Levi. See you later. Did y'all see that? I was getting my camera set up. I should have known. I should have done this before. But I sent out an SOS to the family asking if anyone had any extra clothespins laying around. Levi brought me some. Awesome. Okay. So, I was just going to use some extra rope that I had, but I did find this at the dollar store when I was looking for clothespins. So I'm going to use it. I think I'm just going to tie it on between these two trees. I hope that birds don't poop on my clothes. But there's no other place really that I can run a line. And I'm not about to dig a post in the ground. So, see if this works. I was actually thinking, since I didn't find any clothespins at the store, what I would do is just put them on hangers and then hang them on the clothesline so I could get some of it to try to dry. And or just lay the sheets over the clothesline in hopes that they wouldn't like fly off. But now I've got some clothespins, so I've got something to work with here. This is 100 feet. I'm gonna see how many maybe if I could do 2 rows back and forth, that would be good. Alright. I was able to actually go back and forth 3 times. So, I think that'll work for now. Probably gonna get this question. Why don't you just take your clothes over to Kim's or someone else's to dry? And although I know without a doubt they would let me use their dryer, the thought of like gathering all my wet clothes up, taking them somewhere, I might as well just do this. Like, it's, you know, I'm not gonna, it's okay, it's alright, I'm fine. We'll just hang them up, it'll be fine. So let me go get my clothes. I'm ready to air out my dirty laundry. Alright, well, I got as far as I could with the clothespins. The sheets and the towels and stuff I just draped over. Still have a basket of clothes. I don't really know what to do about like socks and underwear and stuff, but just lay those out flat somewhere in the house. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of nice to be hanging up clothes with the wind chime going, even though it's hot. And like the smell of the laundry detergent as I'm like hanging them up. I don't know, it was kind of cool. My first time ever like using a clothesline. But yeah, we'll see how long it takes to get these to dry, and then I'll start the other ones out here. I'm actually pretty surprised at how quickly these dried. They were drying like 25 minutes or so. I don't know about the towels are still damp, but the clothes are dry pretty quickly. I'm gonna go take them off now. Have you ever done something for the first time and it feels like you've done it already 1,000 times before? I get that feeling when I do this. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like I was laughing to myself. I feel like oh, I should have like 9 children, you know, working the garden, and my husband's gonna come home on the tractor and we're about to go inside and like sit down to a fresh chicken that I killed. I don't know. I was like taking the clothes off around and I was like, yeah, this feels right. Where are the rest of my kids? There's 6 of them missing. Anyway, well, thanks for letting me vent to you guys today. I was thinking earlier that I really need to count my blessings during times like this when everything is breaking. Good news is, we still have AC. Everyone is healthy, no one is sick. We've got food on the table. We're gonna be fine. Plus, I have a clothesline now, so who needs a dryer anyway? I'll catch you on the next one.